Hey, what's up guys? It's ElasticSpyder here, and in today's video we are looking at some North Carolina gameplay. So, in this replay, well, obviously we're in the North Carolina, but I'm also playing with my buddy Input Hercules, who you've probably never heard of, but that's okay. He's one of my IRL friends, and we're playing together. He's in his North Carolina, I'm in my North Carolina. We're gonna have a good time. Now, we are playing Epicenter, which is an interesting game mode. I don't see this too much in the higher tiers, but in the lower tiers it seems a little bit, I would say lower and mid tiers, I guess I should say. It seems a little bit more prevalent and more common even. But we're going to go to the east side of the map, or excuse me, the west side of the map, and kind of wreak havoc there. And this video is going to be kind of more about, I guess I'm going to center it more around smoke shooting and, you know, how I do it and kind of how to prevent you getting smoke shot, I guess. So I see this Kutuzov shooting at me 16 kilometers, that's fine. Right there, shooting AP, don't know why, probably had it loaded. But I'm going to use the spot plane to my advantage here. Of course, this can be done either way, but looking at here, he's at 14.4 kilometers. I'm moving forward. Now, if I was sitting still and he was sitting still and he didn't move at all, I could just shoot at 14.4 kilometers every single time and get a citadel like this. But of course, he's moving. So this is kind of where the spot plane comes in handy, because now I get a better visual of where this guy is shooting from. And, you know, these lines, those are obviously the caps, but it just so happens that they are pretty much right in line with where I am shooting this Kutuzov, and you can see my awful dispersion because I don't have a ship targeted, and I do get a citadel and 1 penetration. So 2 citadels on that Kutuzov and a couple more penetrations. He has to be on a mere 5k, and of course the wonderful chat calling me a fucking bullshitter, because you know what? That's what I am. I'm just the biggest hacker. I know how to shoot, and, well, this is going to be interesting when he gets killed right here. And, yeah, so this is how you smoke shoot. Spot plane makes it 10 times easier to smoke shoot. Obviously, it can be done, but, and you guys can just read the chat on your own. I'm not going to commentate on it, but either way, this is kind of how you smoke shoot. You do basically wherever you see the gun. It depends on whether or not you've got spot plane up. If you don't have spot plane up, you kind of aim, you see where the enemy is shooting, and you aim slightly below it, maybe like half an inch below, like visually on your screen, like half an inch, not the very slightest. And then, of course, the better option is to actually go select a random target like this Bismarck here and then shoot at that Kutuzov. That would be most ideal, because then you get that full accuracy, because if you don't have a ship targeted, you don't get the full accuracy of your guns. So go ahead and, you know, go target a ship and then shoot at whatever target you're shooting at in smoke. I didn't do that there because I had the spot plane and I thought I was at least good enough. And obviously he can say whatever he wants, but you know, I feel like I'm a good enough player. I can kind of estimate, and you know, I have a feeling that this Kutuzov player was not gonna stop shooting in smoke after I nailed him that second time. So either way, you know, that's kind of how you do it, and that's what I would recommend doing. And of course, if you do have spotter plane up, still aim a little bit below where the shells are coming from, but even less. Practically don't even aim below where the guns, the rounds are originating from. And this will kind of lead you to, you know, get a lot of unexpected shell hits and citadels that you kind of weren't expecting. And it really takes the good and average players and it separates them and makes them even to really good players in here. Just want to highlight, I'm just tired of this guy in chat. He's just continuing on thinking I'm a hacker, and that all of my clan is just a bunch of aimbot hackers, I guess. But either way, we're gonna be pushing down this western flank, and gonna kind of just gonna kind of push this Bismarck. I mean, we've got good control. I don't know what this Cleveland is doing on the G line already, but he's well, he's dead now. But this is gonna be a pretty interesting position, because as of right now, this Bismarck to our 2 o'clock is, you know, obviously a threat, but this Amagi is also going to be a threat. I can't overturn too much on this Bismarck, otherwise this Amagi will actually start hitting my broadside. So I'm going to turn in slightly and kind of angle my best. Obviously trying to aim more towards the superstructure. I didn't aim well enough though with 4 bounces. You can see the Amagi shooting me there, and then of course the help of the division mate Input Hercules takes that that Bismarck out with his North Carolina. Now I didn't go over my stats or my captain perks and modules beforehand. One being, this is a really low skilled captain for its tier. I only have like a 10 skill point captain, whatever. So basically I have priority targets, adrenaline rush. You could do expert marksman, that's fine. Then I've got superintendent for the extra shield, another nice shot there for the kill, and then concealment. I don't have AFT yet, but it is what it is. So, and then my modules, pretty simple: concealment, damage control, and then AA range. And this guy, he's ridiculous. He's still here. He actually went and looked up my stats, and I actually ended up looking his stats up after this game, and it was kind of funny because he's taking my worst stats, my worst class of ships, and generalizing it as my whole like ship's gameplay as a whole. But it's actually funny because I looked his stats up, and well, my CV stats are about him, you know, overall. So it is what it is. I probably went a little too far here in chat, but this guy was just, I was kind of trolling this guy at this point. And very nice Graf Zeppelin there, dive bombing that Amagi, showcasing those AP bombs, it looked like. And so that flank is clear, and now I'm gonna get torched by this destroyer. It looks like, okay, I'll only take one. So I'm going to repair that and then start shooting at these cross map. Now, again, this is kind of also where I recommend spot plane. Spot plane, it helps a little bit easier to, it helps you see what angle enemy ships are going at. So, for example, this Leander, if he was just maybe turned slightly in, I wouldn't notice that, like, per se on the minimap or visually, but with the help of the spot plane, I could actually see exactly, or maybe not exactly, but I would get a better idea on what angle that guy is sailing at, and then I can better predict my next shot. So, but nonetheless, we're gonna push back into the cap because we're down on ships at the moment, and then we're also, you know, we're down on 2 of the caps. So I'm gonna take my North Carolina now into the middle, and I'm gonna pretty much park at E5, that sector right there. And there's a little nook there, right there, if you look on the minimap, right there. And I'm gonna kind of use this island to kind of shield myself a little bit from torpedoes while shooting at these guys. Now, of course, I told my buddy Input Hercules, after he just ate some torpedoes from that Akatsuki, to kind of stay close to me. I know one North Carolina is scary enough in terms of AA, but again, I don't have a full AA suite, so I don't know how scary that actually is. But if we stay close together, we're going to be okay. And, you know, at least we've got a much better chance of surviving an air raid than, if we're by ourselves. Of course, the carrier here isn't, helping us too much, but North Carolina AA is fine, and it looks like the carrier was actually going for a drop, so I don't really blame him too much. But here, this is what I'm talking about. I'm using this island for cover, just knowing the map a little bit, map awareness, and where you're at, what islands you can use to your advantage. And so at this point, I've cut off, a good portion of their fleet, over half their fleet, and now I can just focus down on one target. And of course, our Graf Zeppelin is not in the best position. If I had AFT here, I could help out with my AA a tad, but yeah. So this Cleveland's almost dead. Gonna wait to reload. Actually, this island might be in the way. Gonna take the shot. Let's see if I can't get the kill. 97 HP. And I get a bounce. Wow. And then the Graf Zeppelin gets a close quarters expert. This is freaking insane. So here again, close quarters with spot plane, it doesn't help too much because you don't see the exact angle, but you can see there I'm aiming about half an inch below where he actually is. But this Akatsuki gets popped. Gets spotted, so I'm obviously going to take a shot on him. I shoot for 3 overpens. My buddy shoots for, it looks like 2 or 3 overpens as well. And again, using this island for cover, just going to reverse. He's going to smoke up. Leander gets spotted briefly. I think that I can pen this Akatsuki better. Since he is angled, and this was recorded before the patch, I've actually got a pretty good chance of getting normal pens there on him, and I get one on him, and then I get an overpen the second time. More Fubuki Torps, or Akatsuki Torps. I'm not too worried about those. After this Leander, it's pretty much game over. Fighting a Graf Zeppelin, it's not too bad. So unfortunately, our carrier does go down, but his planes are still available to kind of spot. Since Leander's not spotted, I'm just going to take some pot shots at the Graf Zeppelin. Leander's shooting torpedoes, and then I notice this. He's actually maneuvering into the Akatsuki smoke and kind of rushing us, maybe. Because previously he was a little bit more to the left. Now he's moved to the right, and this tells me that he's using Akatsuki smoke, but he's also probably planning to get out of here somewhat soon. Obviously, you can't see this in the replay, but I'm selecting the torpedo bombers, and then there's the Leander. Now, we know the Leander has torps. Hippo Hercules shoots a little bit too much on his armor belt, and those actually all bounce because of the auto ricochet angles. I'm gonna shoot. Let's see if I can't get us some citadels. Nope, all over pens. Really unfortunate there. I don't know if dispersion screwed me over or maybe just bad aim. Probably a little of both. Input Hercules takes a couple torpedoes, and I think we already saw the Leander's other set, so he's just going for the ram at this point, and Input Hercules takes him out with his front 2 guns. A bit close there, but even if Input Hercules rammed, or got rammed, I think we still would have been okay. I've got a Graf Zeppelin behind me, and well, I'm on 2/3 health roughly, so, and I've got 3 heals. I feel like I'm fine. Damage control is ready to be used. Granted, this is Graf Zeppelin, has good torpedo bombers and also really good AP bombers if he chooses. I think. I don't know if Graf Zeppelin actually can choose. I really haven't been following the Graf Zeppelin updates as of late, but either way, this guy is still in chat. He's wasted 10 minutes of his life just trying to talk to me and like screw me over or something. So I don't know what to tell you, guy. Like, please just relax a bit. Sit down, drink some coffee. Like, just relax a little bit, man. So here comes some planes. Obviously, I'm going to be angling away from them. So typically, I guess a lot of players would angle the same way. And actually, I guess Graf Zeppelin does have a choice between HE and AP bombs. But angling the way that I did, angling perpendicular to the way that the bombs came, that's the most effective way to not take as much damage as I did. Now, granted, I did take quite a bit of damage there. I probably shouldn't have repaired this one fire, but again, I feel my damage control or my repair party is going to be up in 20 seconds. I've got 3 ships, both with, well, 2 of them with really good AA, and then obviously the Graf Zeppelin or the Graf Spee should have defensive fire, but either way, I feel confident enough that I wouldn't flood out if I had torpedoes, bombers coming my way. Now, granted, a lot of other situations, maybe if this was like an Essex or something, for some reason there's a tier 9, you know, then I might not want to DCP that one fire, but it is what it is. So here, I'm predicting that the Graf Zeppelin is going up to the A line. He's trying to make his rush, and I'm also going to use an interesting mechanic, which is aircraft spotting. Now, this was before the patch, so a lot of the changes, you know, that you might have seen to aircraft spotting was maybe not like what you expected or how it is currently in the game. But I'm going to get some 3 nice pens on that Graf Zeppelin. Again, more planes shot down. Graf Zeppelin's going for the Graf Spee, and, well, he takes him out quite easily. And, yeah, so I'm gonna pop my spot plane here and try and extend my spotting range a little bit. It's not actually going to matter, I don't think, because I'll actually end up spotting this Graf Zeppelin via surface instead of air anyway. So, but you know, it could have mattered, I guess. So we're gonna take some pot shots here at this guy. This point is just how much damage can we do. I probably could have killed him here had I aimed a little bit better, but I'm gonna take another shot here, and then input Hercules is since he's my buddy and he's say a little bit, he's working on getting his gameplay up. I'm gonna let him get the kill, get some more XP, and help him out a little bit because he's on his way to his Iowa, and I want him to get there a little bit fast. Okay, guys. So looking at the post-battle results, I didn't have input Hercules' screenshots because I didn't want to get into that, but ended up with 146k. I got a Confederate, which is nice. 10k XP, got some nice free XP as well. 23 planes shot down, 3 ships killed, 2 citadels on that very salty Kutuzov, and we had a lot of good times with him. 5 base defense, 3 assisted base captures for a great game. Team score wise, 2786 to wrap it up, and input Hercules, for the player that he is, had a pretty good game himself. 1884 base XP for him, and 3 ships killed, 6 planes shot down. I thought we were a pretty good division ahead. Had we been paired up with this Graf Zeppelin, we'd have what 10 of the team's kills. So you know, that's quite good. Now, where does that salty Kutuzov? I got 11 planes shot down, not too bad, but he didn't fare too well. Either way, we ended up doing 146k, like I said, 1.6 million potential damage. Basically, we got a lot of that when the Akatsuki was trying to hunt us down, but other than that, didn't really do too much. 80k damage tanked, like 110% of my total ship's HP, maybe 115, but not too bad. Still had like another heal or 2 at the end there, so I could have survived another couple air raids or whatever. Credits and XP wise with premium 330,000. And this is kind of where if you're, because I'll say this, if you have premium, premium helps a lot, and you can see the difference here. Just in the amount of XP you can get. I mean, it's literally doubled, base XP wise, but also credits too. So if you're looking to progress through the trees, the tech trees faster, than buying premium, even for maybe like a weekend and just playing a lot, throughout that weekend. I remember doing those in the good old days. Those are some of the best times and some of the best games, too, and that really does help you progress a little bit faster. So always premium is recommended, but it's never required. I'm still making a good amount of money, here, without premium. So overall, I thought this was a good game, and I hope you guys kind of learned something. At least maybe had a better idea on how to smoke shoot. I know I probably didn't give the best explanation, but at least you guys can see, someone else kind of talk about how they, their process and smoke shooting or doing some other mechanic or whatever. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later.